Canada gave the world poutine, maple syrup, and apparently an enormous number of incredible video games. This week, we're celebrating Canada Day by drafting our ultimate Canadian gaming showcase and attempting to answer the impossible question, what are the greatest games ever made north of the 49th parallel? This is the Girls on Games podcast.
Get ready for the Girls on Games podcast, your weekly dose of news, reviews, and everything video games. Always served with a good helping of hype and just a pinch of salt. And now, your host, Leah.
Hello and welcome to another Girls on Games podcast. My name is Leah. I'm the host of this show. This is episode number 546. And joining me around this digital table includes Catherine. Hey, Kat.
Hello. It hasn't been 4 in a while, by the way.
Look, I see that there's a 4 in there, and sometimes I don't read the letters and the numbers in order, okay?
Okay. That's fair.
Joelle, what's up?
Hello. Just, I don't know. I adulted too hard yesterday, so in my ancient age, I had to take a rest day.
I like how you say that, yet you're the youngest of the three of us.
Yeah. Well, I just feel it. I've already replaced knees, so I don't know.
That's true. Okay, you got one up on us. Okay.
That's right. All right.
All right, let's get through some housekeeping. If you enjoy this show, you can subscribe. We're available on Apple Podcasts, YouTube Music, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and Podbean. If you'd like to give us a tip, maybe buy us a coffee, you can do that by going to our Ko-fi. That's ko-fi.com/girlsongames. Ladies, it's been a week. We're almost done June now. When this episode comes out, it'll be July.
Wild.
Summer is here in full force officially. What have you been up to, Kat?
It was a bit of an emotional week. It was the last day for a colleague of ours that I've been working with for almost 5 years. He has to move back to Korea for family reasons.
Okay.
He didn't want to. He was very happy working with us and our team and on our game, but he had to do it. So it was a very bittersweet moment. But yeah, it was his last week. He was such a good colleague, a fun guy, and a talented programmer. So we're gonna miss him. And then this weekend was a mix of. I was gonna say I was gonna take it slow and stay in, and I ended up doing not that. Friday, we have summer Fridays. Between
nice.
as of Saint Jean-Baptiste, which is June 24th, which is a holiday for us here in Quebec. As of Saint Jean or Canada Day, depending on where that Friday falls, all the way to Labor Day, we have Friday afternoons off. And I took advantage of that to go run some errands because I've been kind of cleaning out my summer clothes, and my favorite pairs of short has holes.
No.
Yeah. So I went to Plaza Saint-Hubert and I found a pair of shorts, and I also found a Lilo and Stitch pajama that was on sale for $25. So, of course I grabbed it. It's got little Stitch on them, and Stitch is sleepy in pajamas with a cup of coffee. And I was like, same Stitch, same. And then Saturday stayed in, did a lot of cleaning and chores. And then today I ended up having last minute invites. So this morning I had coffee with a friend from work, Anna. We went to Café Les Habitudes, which is a coffee shop I've passed 100 times, never actually went in. It was really good. It's a vegan joint. So for people looking for a good, affordable coffee shop that does vegan in Montreal, Café Les Habitudes, it's corner of Saint-Zotique and Christophe Colomb. So it's in Rosemont, La Petite Patrie, kind of close to Little Italy.
Okay.
It's a beautiful, beautiful spot. I had a lavender iced latte.
Oh, yum.
Yeah.
Yum, yum.
Theirs was really good, had a touch of cinnamon in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about cinnamon and lavender together.
Yeah.
It made the lavender a bit more subtle.
Okay.
But it hits you with that cinnamon and an aftertaste of lavender.
Okay. Neat.
It was a beautiful spot, and they had a beautiful shaded outdoor terrace. Very full of lush vegetation. So even if today was a scorcher, we were very comfortable sitting out.
Nice.
And then I got home, had some lunch, and then headed out again to go meet my friend Uva. And our plan was to go out to another outdoor coffee shop. But as soon as I got there, thunderstorm, pouring rain. The kind of storm where it's like one side it's dark, the other side is like full sun. So there was a rainbow and everything. It was great. So we essentially sat on her couch and a bit on her back balcony once the rain had subsided about to look at just chatting, watching the rain. And we managed to finally leave her house around 3 once the rain stopped. And we went to have a coffee on the side of Kedaleshin. So that waterway and everything. And she had coffee. I was already 2 coffee ins. I had their homemade lemonade. We went to Café Ma Bicyclette, which is essentially on the side of the cycle path. And it's the kind of coffee shop where you can park your bike and get coffee and everything. It's really nice. And it's right across from where you would rent like those little boats to go on the canal.
The paddle boats?
Paddle boats. So she and I agreed that one evening, that's like beautiful sunset, not too warm, like not a scorcher, or if it's a scorcher, we wait for the sun to be low enough. The 2 of us, a swan paddle boat, and a little cooler on the back.
Nice,
because it's $25 for 30 minutes or $30 for an hour.
Oh my
take
gosh!
the hour, bring a cocktail.
Why would you? Yeah,
exactly.
Bring a hot water.
Exactly. And then we can paddle around and have a few drinky drinks, alcohol or not. I don't care. Just like something sweet and bubbly.
Yeah. Maybe you shouldn't drive a swan paddle boat and drink at the same time.
Exactly. I'm thinking like maybe 1 drink and then after that, seltzer water.
Okay. There you go.
You know, keep hydrated, keep the party going.
Yeah. Still got some bubbles in there.
Yeah. So we were sitting there on the coffee shop looking at people rent paddle boats and being like, all right, we need to do that. Because when I Googled it at the prices, I was expecting like upwards of $50. I was like, $30 is actually very affordable.
Yeah. For an hour? That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're looking forward to that. So that was pretty much my weekend. Bit of puttering around.
Nice.
Yeah, no Diablo. It was too gorgeous out for, for us to
I
Diablo.
feel that. I feel that.
Yeah.
Joelle, what about you?
Oh, it was a pretty good week. Kind of busy last week. Had PT, going through PT, almost done with PT actually, which is kind of weird. But now I'm like getting to the harder exercises, and so which is good, but I'm like, this is hard. I'm like I'm past doing like baby squats, just like body weight, like really
real
simple
squats.
Well, he's having me do split squats now, essentially. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. Like,
Split squats are the devil. I have them on my program right now, and he's like, you got to use a dumbbell too. I'm like, what? I'm paying you for this.
No, blurpees are the devil. I hate them.
Blurpees?
They make me so like dizzy.
Hold on, what's a blurpee?
It's where you jump up. A burpee. Sorry, a burpee. Maybe it's called a burpee. I call it a blurpee because I feel like afterwards, baby.
You know what? That's fair.
I was like, wait, is there a worse thing than a burpee? What is this?
They make me so dizzy afterwards.
And
I'm like, I would rather not do that. Like, I'll do the floor stuff with the mountain climbers or whatever, the jumper, whatever. And then I'll do the up and down squats or the jump squats or whatever. I can't do 2 combined. I get too dizzy.
Yeah, it's so well, and my split squats are like baby PTs. You know, they're not like anything, not like the real ones, but they're still enough. But yeah, they're doing PT. We went to, there's a farmer's market close by for us, and we went down there on Thursday night, and we took Ripley because we were brave. We were like,
it's good though. Socialize.
Yeah. I was like, let's just see how it goes. Like, if it goes poorly, we can leave. And we use an e-collar on her. And it's so e-collars like aren't shock collars. They just give like a stim, like a muscle, like either they like sometimes when you go to the doctor to do like massages, they put these like big sticky pads on you to like stimulate your muscles. So that's what it is like on her neck. And so she needs to understand that like when we say a command, like she needs to like do what we say. And so it's just more of a like a stronger push to like listen to our commands. And so when she's on the e-collar, she's actually really, really good. We have her off leash almost all the time when we go for walks now because she has perfect recall and she's really good. So we took her to the farmer's market and she did really well, which was really kind of surprising. And but she did really, really well. And there were some sassy little poodles around that were angry at everyone, but it's just like those dogs should not be here because they're mad.
Clearly, they don't want to be out.
Yeah, they don't want to be there, and but we did pretty good, and she's also getting really good with kids, like kids petting her because she's as tall as children, like in some cases because she's pretty big, but she does really good now. She like sits and kind of lets them pet her, so it's really cute. And then we on Saturday, like I had to take a rest day today because yesterday I ran errands in the morning. We went to a friend's for like tacos and a little bit of like a pride celebration kind of thing, and then we went to go see one of Ryan's friends is in a band, but we had to go downtown Minneapolis, and it was 9:30 at night. I was like, I have to take a nap like before we go, and I totally like I'm just like getting old because like we got there and I'm like there's so many people and it's loud and I was like, whoa, but and I don't know, like when I look at like younger people, I'm like, you look so young. I don't know, it's just wild. Like it was like he's just so young. These children are out here. Can they drink? I'm like, are they old enough to drink? They're so young. I'm like, oh my gosh. But and then it was also it's Pride weekend in the Twin Cities, and so there was lots of people out for that. So that was really fun to people watch and kind of see folks. And the band was really good. They were super good. So I'm really glad that we went. And he came over during a break and chatted with us, and he was really happy that we went to see him. So that also felt good. But I was out. So today was just recuperating from the day yesterday.
Feel that. My feet hurt Friday night, mostly because I decided to finally partake in the World Cup festivities and went down to Toronto Stadium and got to see a match. It was actually Senegal playing Iraq, which was really fun to get to check out and see and experience, what it's like and the festivities and all that kind of stuff. We even walked up. I'm so behind. I didn't pick up my FanFest accreditation, so I went and picked that up too. We went and checked out that space. So yeah, really got the idea of kind of like how everything's set up here in Toronto for the World Cup. Even though I've been knees deep in it because of work and broadcasting it. And today then got to watch Canada win over South Africa and enter the round of 16 for the first time ever, which is really cool.
Amazing.
What a flippin' goal. Also, I thought I was going to be hoarse for the podcast because literally I screamed so loud when that goal was scored. Yeah. I was like, uh-oh. But yeah, July 4th, 1 p.m. is our next game. So that'll be fun next Saturday.
Yeah, that is amazing.
Yeah, we won't know for a few days who we're playing. But I think they said it's either going to be Morocco or Netherlands. So either way, not easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, let's get into Fantasy Critic. This week, the story across both the leagues is simple. Joelle is on a heater. Let's start with the podcast league. Joelle's publisher, You Shall Not Game Pass, has extended its lead and now sits at 110.9 points, nearly 16 points ahead of Kat in The Name of the Game I Shall Punish You at 95.2. And the reason? Star Fox. Last week, we talked about how bidding war there was between Joelle and Kat, $15 over $10, if you remember, for Star Fox.
Mm-hmm.
But the reviews are in, and Star Fox landed at 82.8, earning Joelle 12.8 Fantasy Critic points.
Yeah.
instantly turning you into the topmost player at the current moment with a huge advantage in the standings.
Mm-hmm.
Between that and Dave the Diver in the jungle,
Yeah.
I mean, Joelle, you had a pretty good 2 weeks that built some serious momentum.
Yeah, that I was kind of surprised. Like, Dave the Diver did so well, and then the Star Fox, I was like, this is either gonna sink or swim. Like it's gonna do well or it won't. But I think that was really glad it did well. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, Kat may have lost ground in the standings, but she made the biggest moves on the waiver wire this week. She picked up both Onimusha, The Way of the Sword, and Castlevania Belmont's Curse, spending $35 of budget to load up for the fall.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty clear signal that Kat knows she needs some big scores if she's going to chase down Joelle. Kat, anything to say on that?
I'm just filling these slots. I have to look though which of the 2 leagues I have to drop my persona for.
That's coming up. That's coming
Yeah.
up. Yeah, we'll talk more about that in a bit. As for me, the post-Fable rebuild continues. Deltarune Chapter 5 launches this week, but hasn't posted a review score yet, while 007 First Light lost a little ground in score adjustments. Unfortunate. Looking ahead, the next major release belongs to me with Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced, arriving July 9th. After that, Kat enters what might be the most important stretch of her season with Halo, Beast of Reincarnation, Marvel Tokon, Control Resonant, and now Onimusha, all lined up for the next few months. The other big story, as Kat just spoke to, Persona 5 4 Revival. Another week, it is the most dropped game in the Fantasy Critic. So, Kat, yeah, jump on that. 47 drops globally.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's counterpick though, so I have to do super drop, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I in the podcast league, I was like, yeah, I don't know about that, so I did counterpick.
Mm-hmm. And finally, our weekly Grand Theft Auto 6 watch. For years, we've joked that Grand Theft Auto 6 might not actually exist, but Rockstar continues to provide signs of life. Pre-orders are now live. The November release date remains intact, and for the first time in a long time, GTA 6 feels like an actual game.
Mm-hmm.
That's great news for you, Joelle.
It sure is.
That might be the single most important game in this entire podcast league.
Well, I think I don't know. I wonder if it'll also be in like the whole kit and caboodle, kind of like, I don't know.
We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's head over to the Community League. Jessica Starr remains in first place with 99.9 points, missing the 100-point milestone by the slimmest possible margin. This all has to do with the same thing with the 007 game that I dealt with, is the points get adjusted as the reviews come in. It's got to sting a little though, but she still maintains a comfortable lead over the rest of the field. The bigger story once again is Joelle, who has climbed into second place with 89.8 points. Dave the Diver continues to play dividends and has helped propel GOG Pop Gaming Hunter Inc. up in the standings.
Yes.
Phoenix remains close behind in third place with 79.9 points. And next week could be a huge one thanks to Rhythm Heaven Groove, releasing on July 2nd. If that game reviews well, the battle for second place could get very interesting. Meanwhile, defending champion Ross Varnier finds himself in fourth place. He's still projected to finish above 100 points, but the gap between Ross and the podium is starting to grow. The survivor needs a big score soon if he's going to get back into title contention. Elsewhere in the league, Kat made the biggest moves this week by picking up Madden NFL 27 and End of the Abyss. It's a surprising sports-heavy move from someone who usually drafts like she's curating an indie game museum. And
it's a sure value, though.
And down in 12th place, That's me. Gibson's Glitter Games continues to put all its hopes into Moonlight Peaks, which launches next week. If a cozy vampire farming sim can save a fantasy critic season, we're about to find out. Looking ahead, we've got Rhythm Heaven's Groove for Phoenix, Moonlight Peaks for me, Doom the Dark Ages Revelations for Cat, and Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced for Offshore Meteor. So across both leagues, the story remains the same. Joelle is surging. Kat is reloading, Jessica is still on top, and the rest of us are hoping the next release finally changes our fortunes. We'll see what happens next week.
Update in real time. I super dropped Persona 4 Revival in both leagues. I was
Wow.
I had it picked and counterpick in both leagues. So I super dropped that shit 2 times twice.
There you go. See? The pressure pays off.
Yeah.
All right, what's everybody playing? Kat?
I relaunched a game of Avowed.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because this year, they had that big update.
Mm-hmm.
And I forget the kind of content they added, and I wanted to look into it. So, and I've been meaning to play that game as a spellcaster. So I don't know, I wasn't in the mood. I played 2 hours of Forza, and I was like, am I already over this, or am I just frustrated that I don't have enough cars yet? But I've also been struggling with the itch to restart Breath of the Wild. Not Breath of the Wild.
Tears of the Kingdom.
Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I was like, you know what? There's new content for Avowed, so I'll power through that. So I rolled a character. I rolled an elven lady with beautiful curly hair and crystals growing out of her face because you're a godlike touched by a god of nature. So you got shit growing out of your face. It can be fungi or plants and stuff. I picked crystals this time around. She's gorgeous. But I'm still in the first hour. Your tutorial type part is where your ship going to the Living Lands gets attacked by your fort, which is supposed to be your settlement, and they gun you down, and you're like, we're the same people. And you show there, and you figure out that they've been taken by the Dream Scourge, and everybody went insane and killed each other. And in their insanity, they saw the ship and thought you were an enemy, and they attacked your ship. So that's not spoilers. That's literally the first 2 minutes of the game. They're like, hey, you're from there, you need to go there, and over there there's a plague happening, and you got to figure that shit out so that your empire can colonize and take over this island. That's essentially the plot of Avowed. So what you do with that information and how you play it through is up to you. There's choices and branching dialogue and different endings. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. Haven't had a lot of time to play though. Like I said, I've been out and about a lot. But yeah, I think I'm going to be puttering around with Avowed a bit this summer.
Cool.
Yeah.
Joelle, what are you playing?
I was perusing the Steam summer sale that is currently happening, and I picked up a game that's been on my list and I've been wanting to play for a while now. It's The Alters, the sci-fi game where you have to clone yourself to survive on a planet that you have been your spaceship crash, and you kind of were marooned on this planet. In order to survive, you have to clone yourself and give yourself a bunch of different jobs. It's you have to make yourself a gardener, make yourself the mechanic, make yourself the scientist. And so I was really wanting to play it, and it was really, really cheap on the summer sale, so I snagged it. I just started, I'm still in tutorial phase, but so far the story's been really good. The graphics have been really fun. It's been a really lovely time so far, and looking forward to kind of choosing if I want to be a positive role model or if I just want to make all of my people angry and see what happens. So I'm not quite sure how I want to play it, but I'm pretty excited. So.
Nice. Last week I mentioned that we got a review code for Solarpunk. I got it on Nintendo Switch 2. And I also mentioned that the frame rate was causing me issues, which apparently that's a thing. People have been talking about that as being the fault point on the Nintendo Switch 2 for that game. But I noticed that it's also on Game Pass. So I started a new game on Xbox, and I think I'm really close to being done. It is a great game. It's like a kind of like a calm survival crafting game. And I say it's a survival game because like you do need to like not die, but it is not punishing if you die at all. All your stuff comes back. Like, at least I don't think I changed any settings to like make it like that. I'm playing it kind of on its normal level. But yeah, it is by far one of the games with the best building system for making houses and designing your farms and everything that I've ever seen. Like, usually when you have like things and you have to put like, you're trying to build a house. So you're like, okay, well, I have a few options for walls. So you put those up and that's it. But then you can't like do much on those walls. You might be able to add like a few things that like wall hanging plants or add a window or something like that. This one like lets you layer elements, which is crazy. So I was messing around with it, watched a few video tutorials too on what people were doing. You're able to like you put down like the floor ground level of whatever you're building you're making. It could be glass base, wood base, or brick. But then like fences can snap to it. And then you can also still put windows on there. And then you can also put pillars on there. So you've got like a window sitting on top of a fence, sitting with pillars. So you can really like play around and making your buildings look really interesting because of the layering you can do of items. And then, of course, they have a set of items that are all wood based and another set that are all glass based and another set that are brick based. And yeah, that alone, and the crafting is so easy when you're building because you can put something up and then snap something on top of it. But if you dismantle the thing that you put down first, it doesn't rip down the other one. So if you intentionally want to have things floating in the sky, you kind of can. You don't have to worry about it like coming crashing down or disappearing, or you having to take off the upper stuff first, which is often really frustrating when you're trying to build in a game like this. So like for progression, the brick stuff doesn't come, you don't have access to that until fairly late in the game when you've leveled up a lot. So if you build your house, but eventually later you want to switch out the foundation to be brick instead of wood, you can do that by easily just like dismantling that portion and taking it down and re-adding the brick without having to rebuild everything from scratch, which is such a game changer for those, because I'm always like waiting till the end to build my favorite, my best ultimate, crafting house and and then this kind of helps do it because you can put up the framework and then just wait until you get the bits and pieces that you like and still look nice and have to worry about going back and redoing it all over again.
Yeah, it sounds like a big quality of life. Like, because you're always upgrading and rebuilding stuff, no? In these types of games anyway?
Yeah. Usually when I start these games, like I don't make a house unless they absolutely make you, which this one does because it's like your bed has to be under a roof. It's like, okay, so you do that. But like usually I just have like crafting tables and furnaces and things just everywhere because I'm just like, I am not thinking about aesthetics right now. I am just thinking about getting stuff done efficiently. And now I'm at the point where I'm actually making it look pretty and it is not a slog. And I'm loving that. I think I'm at the end too because I am getting pings from Xbox achievements being like, you found your last ore, you found your last vegetable, you found your, like that kind of stuff. So I think I'm really close to the end. I got the one, you've upgraded your airship to maximum capacity. And I'm like, okay, I'm near the end. I'm like 20 hours in, give or take. So
it's a good length of game. That's perfect.
Yeah. And I could see too, like, because it's so damn soothing and there's like no rush, you're not going to die from anything, like and if you die, it all just respawns for you. You don't have to worry about losing your inventory, which is awesome. But I could see if they add more to this game as time goes on, easy to jump back in again. So yeah, another really good crafting simulation survival game. All right, this is a video game podcast, so let's play a podcast game about video games. Joelle is our game master this evening. Joelle, what do you got for us?
Okay, so kind of went off the topic of the show, which is going to be all about Canadian gaming. Spoiler alert. So what I did is I created video game trivia. Oh, Canadian edition, don't you know? So
yes,
yeah, bud.
So we're going to do some video game trivia, but it's going to be all centered around Canadian developers and games. And I hope that I have done my due diligence and picked up some things that maybe we will all be educated today. So let's just kind of see what happens. I just kind of dove into a little bit of history, so to speak, for Canadian games. So I'm going to read the question, and then I have 3 choices, and then you get to pick which one you think is correct. So
sounds good.
Here we go. All right. What was Canada's first computer game in 1950? Was it A, the Maple Logic Machine, an early tic-tac-toe demo built at the University of Manitoba? B, Birdie the Brain, a 4-meter-tall machine displayed at the Canadian National Exhibition in Toronto that allowed attendees to play tic-tac-toe against a computer? Or was it C, Timbits Tactics, a strategy game developed for Tim Hortons promotional kiosk?
I'm going with B. What do you think, Kat?
I'm also going with B. I'm sure C happened. It just wasn't the first thing.
Yeah, I don't think it was in the 50s. I'm trying to remember now when they started Tim Hortons, but yeah.
You are correct. It was Birdie in the Brain.
Yeah, I've heard that name before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, first computer game in Canada. All right, second question. For arcade staples, what studio founded in Burnaby, British Columbia, created iconic driving games like Test Drive and 4D Sports Series before being acquired by EA in 1991 to form EA Canada? All right, is it A, Beam Software, E, Radical Entertainment, or C, Distinct Software?
Say them again, please.
A is Beam and Beam Software. B is Radical Entertainment. And C is Distinct Software.
Radical Entertainment. I'm going to go with B.
That's hard. I'm going to go with A.
Beam.
Beam.
Beam. The correct answer is C, Distinct Software.
Oh my God, I didn't think that would be it at all.
Yeah.
Oh, that is such a generic name, but all right.
I know.
Yeah. It was founded in Burnaby, British Columbia, and created the iconic driving games, which led them to be picked up by EA to form EA Canada.
Wow. Crazy.
It is crazy.
In
All
Burnaby.
right.
Huh.
Yeah. Okay, number 3. Before developing the iconic Xbox shooter Gears of War, Vancouver-based studio Black Box Games was well known for which popular, long-running extreme snowboarding franchise? Is it A, SSX, B, Cool Borders, or C, Amped?
A.
Yeah, I'm going to go with A as well.
She said it very confidently.
yeah, I'm going to ride that train.
Yeah. Leah's confidence is steered her in the right direction. It is indeed a SSX. So Cool Borders is actually a real snowboarding series, but it was developed in Japan.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yes. And then Amped was also a real snowboarding franchise, but it was developed in America, in Utah.
Huh.
Amped I was not familiar with. SSX and Cool Borders I knew.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know SSX. I can picture that, like all the covers of their games with the logos.
Yeah. I just thought it was interesting that they also did like the Gears of War.
Yeah.
Like what a crazy
Gears
pivot.
of War is a Canadian game. No, personally.
Yeah. All right. Question number 4. The 2024 indie mega hit card game Balatro took the gaming world by storm. It was developed by a solo creator going by the alias Local Thunk, who hails from which Canadian province? Quebec, Nova Scotia, or British Columbia?
I thought he was Ontarian.
Me too.
Shit, he lives in Toronto now.
He maybe,
And-
yeah, but maybe he's not from there. Maybe, I don't think
Hails
he's a Quebecer.
Hails from which,
yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go Nova Scotia.
Me too.
I cannot trip you ladies up. It is indeed Nova Scotia.
Hey, look at us.
Yeah. And of course, like, you finally answered one question I've had is like, is it local T-hunk? Local thunk?
Yeah.
Oh, I just read it as Local Thunk, so maybe it is Local T-hunk, because that would be...
Who knows?
Because I don't know, because I was like, maybe it's like local Toronto hunk. I don't know, but I think it might be local thunk.
I think it's
That is
local thunk.
hilarious.
When I was at,
Local
I'm
thunk.
trying to remember now being at the Canadian Game Awards when that like took away everything, and Mike and I got really drunk cheering on that game. I think they said local thunk.
Yeah.
So, but I could be wrong. Who knows?
Who knows? Well, he comes from Nova Scotia. So.
Love it. East Coast.
Amazing.
Yes. All right. Last question. What major 2018 precision platformer about conquering a mountain was developed and designed by Maddie Thorson, who is from Vancouver, British Columbia? Is it A, Towerfall Ascension, B, Celeste, or D, Ori and the Blind Forest?
It's Celeste. B.
Yeah, it's Celeste.
It is Celeste.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah.
So, fun fact though, Towerfall Ascension was also developed by Maddie Thorson, but it's not a mountain climbing game.
Oh, trying to
He's
stump
a
us
little
there,
red herring
Joel.
there. Sneaky.
I know I am so sneaky, but it didn't matter because you got all the right.
Wicked.
Except for, so there you go. So I thought if we kind of get our minds churning and focused on Canadian gaming.
Yeah. And with that, we're going to take a wee break and come back with our topic of the week. In honor of Canada Day, the Canadian Game Draft. Since Canada Day is right around the corner, we thought we'd celebrate by highlighting something Canada does exceptionally well, making video games. For this week, we're building our own Canadian gaming showcase. Each of us has to draft one game from 5 categories: a AAA heavy hitter, an indie darling, Canadian classic, a hidden gem, and a personal pick. By the end, we'll each have a 5-game lineup representing our version of the best of Canadian game development. Some picks will be iconic, some will be unexpected, and some will probably start arguments. We'll be drafting snake style, so once all the picks are locked in, it's up to you to decide who built the best Canadian showcase. So, ladies, I did a random draft, and our order is going to be Joelle, then Kat, then myself. I know, you didn't expect that, did you?
No, I did not.
Okay. We all have a whole bunch of games, obviously, kind of listed in the back pocket. So obviously, when we're going through this, if a game that you wanted to pick already is on somebody else's roster, that is then eliminated for you. We will keep track of this, and like I said, at the end, I will run through the full lineup. So, Joelle, let's get her going. What's your first pick in the category of the AAA heavy hitter?
Man, it is. I don't know. I feel like it would be rude to not pick an Assassin's Creed, so I'm gonna pick Assassin's Creed Shadows for my heavy hitter. Yep.
And why?
I just think like it. I mean, Assassin's Creed is such a iconic like franchise, and I just kind of want to give props to the Shadows title of it all, and so I think that'll be. I think that's the one I'm gonna ride that horse on.
Cool. Kat, your turn. AAA heavy hitter.
I'm going with a classic, Deus Ex: Mankind Divided,
Ooh.
developed by Eidos right here in Montreal. They've been having a hard time as a studio ever since they got purchased by Embracer Group. Fuck those shareholders, but just want to remind them of the glory, because that's like a big game. Like it was critically acclaimed, had a lot of great stealth mechanics. So
nice. Yeah. Also, Elias Tufaxis for the win.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
that pretty much launched his career. Like, I
Yeah.
think he's to the point where you see him and you say, I didn't ask for this, he will slap you. Just straight up bitch slap you.
On my list for my AAA heavy hitter, I'm going to be choosing Far Cry 3. Why?
Ooh.
Because what is the definition of insanity? Also, too, a little bit close to us as well, as we've interviewed Michael Mando, the
Mhm.
voice performance actor of Voss. And yeah, the Far Cry series, we've gone all the way up to 6 now, plus Primal. Also love Primal. Yeah,
Love
great
Dragon.
series. So awesome.
Udon. Yeah.
Yeah. Did they do Blood Dragon too? My God, that's right. All of those. Shit.
Yeah.
Crazy. They're
Yeah.
all Far Cries. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Far Cry 3. It's a great ass game.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're doing the snake, so I get to go again. But we're in a new category now, the indie darling. And you know what? There are so many opportunities in this. And I think I have to use the fact that I'm first and take Balatro. Because
Yeah.
that is a killer app and really hit and took the world by storm when it released. My husband's still playing it all the time on his iPad.
Mhm.
It is a great mobile game. It's so easy to explain to people. So, because people understand poker, and then that hook it has that just keep you doing one more round. It's classic. So yeah, my indie darling is Balatro. Back up. That means Kat is next. Kat, what is your indie darling?
It's a brand new entry.
Ooh.
It is Paralyze.
Oh.
So they were made by a small team here again in Montreal.
Very nice.
A team of 15 people essentially did what you would love The Sims to be.
Mhm.
So EA is not doing The Sims 5. Playing The Sims 4 requires like so many extensions. Paralyze is the answer to that. Essentially, like they have let's say one of the quality of life things is they made is you have a limited amount of items right in the game. They're going to add them as you go, whatever. However, every item is customizable. You can change the color, easy peasy. So it actually adds for a lot of versatility, while The Sims kind of removed the option to change the color of certain items, which forces you to buy more packs and more X packs and stuff like that. So, and it's very affordable. I think it's like it's not more than $50 Canadian to buy this game.
There's a reason I haven't bought this game yet. Because then I would do nothing but that.
I was like, what is the reason that you would have no other life?
Yeah. I need to get through some other games first, and then I will jump on Paralyze.
Yeah,
and it's still in
yeah.
early access, right? That's what
It
right
is an
now?
early access game. So you could argue that it's not an indie darling yet, but they've already made so many waves. Like they have 12,237 positive English reviews on Steam.
Woo!
Oh wow.
That's not like overall every language. And it's currently it's $50 Canadian to buy.
Wow.
And they have a Paralyzed Puffs unpacking bundle where they have items from unpacking in the game.
That's cool.
And that one is full price $65.50 Canadian. It's all on sale right now because of the Steam sales, but yeah, I'm like, this is our next Canadian can't miss indie game. I think it's it's too good. It's the answer to The Sims. It's whatever the other Korean one was called, Enzoy.
Yeah.
It's basically because Enzoy is like hyper stylized and uses a lot of resources. This one the style is definitely more cartoony, but will run on I think their minimum is a GTX 1060.
Wow.
Their recommended is an RTX 2060.
Wow.
Wow.
So yes, you can play Paralyze without your computer turning into an airplane, unlike Enzoy in The Sims. So yeah, that's my love letter to Paralyze. And like Leah, I have not permitted myself to buy it and play it because I don't have that kind of time right now.
Yep, exactly. Exactly. All right, back up to the top. Joelle, your indie darling.
I just had to go with South of Midnight. For me, it was kind of right in the forefront of my mind, like it's so freshly played. Not too long ago, it was in the Game Awards. It's currently up for awards in the Canadian Game Awards, and I just think like it should just get so much praise and more communication and highlight of it. So I wanted to pick South of Midnight because it was an amazing game. I really hope that studio makes more games because it was so good.
So I think you were away when we recapped the winners of the Canadian Game Awards, and that took away
I think
most.
I was.
It took away most of them, and they're also unfortunately at risk.
The studio
being closed
Yeah.
after all the Xbox
stupid.
stuff. So
Dumb.
They did the same to the studio that made Hi-Fi Rush.
I know.
Yeah.
So
They're like, thank you for all the awards. However, we wanted millions and billions of dollars.
Yeah.
We don't see value in making diverse games that get good PR.
Yeah. But right on for picking it as the indie darling because that one did make waves last year for sure.
Yep.
Joelle, we're back around at the top again. So what is your Canadian classic?
So this one I kind of had to do some Googling on because I was like, I don't know if I know a classic one. But I did see that BioWare Dragon Age Origins came up on the list, and I think that is correct. And so I wanted to pick a classic would go back to Dragon Age because I think it's a franchise that I was introduced through a friend, and then I heard Kat talking about it before I was on the pod. And I was like, okay, I have to play this game, and kind of fell in love with the series and went back and played Origins, and did not finish it because I did not do so many things. I just made so many mistakes. And I was like, I am not going to be able to
forgive that, unfortunately.
No, it was bad, but I still enjoyed the game. Like I still liked it. I thought it was fun, and I just wanted to, say that Dragon Age Origins. Kudos to Canada for creating Dragon Age. So
perfect choice. Kat would concur.
Yes, indeed. Dragon Age and Mass Effects are good picks for BioWare.
Yeah,
awesome. All right, Kat, what's your Canadian classic?
I'm just saying all the NHL games.
Any title in particular?
Sports.
Well, I mean, we all pick NHL 94 as like the be all end all. And didn't they like make a mode in the recent NHLs where you get the same controls as from NHL 94, which was the Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis game, if I remember correctly?
Yeah.
So they have the simplified, but I mean, what does the EA studio in Canada do? They pump out NHL every year. It's classic. They've been doing it since the 90s. It's not our official national sports, but it's our unofficial national sport. Like in this year 2026 of heated rivalry, I pick hockey games.
Yes.
Love that. All right. Time for my Canadian classic. And with that, I pick Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Why? Because it's probably the best Star Wars game out there. Created by those at BioWare, which is, good old Canadian studio. This game released in July 15th, 2003. Between BioWare, Obsidian Entertainment, Saber Interactive, and Broadsword Online Studios. There's a mix of studios in there, but key ones being BioWare, being Canadian. We've got to have one of the legendary Star Wars games in the mix. That's why I chose it.
Yeah.
All right. Now on to our fourth category, the hidden gem. For me, since we're going back up through again in this snake action, I chose Severed. Do you ladies know Severed?
I did. I played it on the mobile.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
It's a fantastic action adventure game.
It sure is.
Published by Drinkbox Studios.
Oh, yeah.
I played it on my good old PlayStation Vita.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Yeah,
my
I
God.
love this game. It is so much fun. It makes me kind of want to pick it up again. And you can get it on this Nintendo Switch. Perfect. Maybe I will pick it up again.
There we
That
go.
is great. Yeah, and it's not very long.
No, it is not very long.
No,
and
it's pretty
for
short.
those who don't know, it's the same group that developed Guacamelee. Yeah, and the art style somewhat similar to Guacamelee, but yeah, it's kind of like that next step after Guacamelee decided to try something a little bit different with different style of action adventure video game, and yeah, it's fantastic. Highly recommended. All right, Kat, off to you. Hidden gem.
Yeah, if you're looking for a good party game
Mhm.
that is UGC based, so you make weird parkours and you have your friends try to complete them, I recommend Ultimate Chicken Horse. And why is it called that? Because you could play as a chicken, you could play as a horse, and it's an ultimate game, so it's Ultimate Chicken Horse. We've
Best
seen them a
description
lot.
ever.
Yeah, you can play it. Listen, here's some highlights of this game. You can play as a chicken, you can play as a horse, you can play as a sheep, you can play as a raccoon, and you make crazy levels, and then you have to run through the entire course and be the first to win. And it's a course that you're building and running with 4 friends. So it's got a very simple art style. Again, right now for Steam sale, you can buy it for $6. It's usually like about $20 Canadian. And I know they're on PC. I think they're probably on Switch and a bunch of stuff. And they, like, again, a potato can run it. It's been out for a while, I think. It came out in 2016.
I remember
and
us going to
yeah,
like not game jams, but like MIGs and things like that, and they were showing off this game before it was done.
And they just had, I'm sorry, Tuesday, May 19th, 2026. They just had a 10-year anniversary update. They're celebrating 10 years of unpredictable mayhem, unexpected laughs, and fur-raising fun. So they've made like the biggest updates in like 6 years. They've added new blocks, new characters, alt skin and outfits. So there's a fox. The fox can be a dire wolf. There's a platypus that can be a toucans. You can play as a platypus, as a fox, as an elephant. There's a red panda. A skunk. They added so many animals. Oh my God. So yeah. So 10-year-old game that just got a nice content update that you did not even know about. So Ultimate Chicken Horse, put that on your list and ruin your friendships.
All right, Joelle, what's your hidden gem?
My hidden gem, maybe like isn't the most like hidden, but I think I wanted to push it kind of on the forefront of people's minds. Like if this game has been in your to playlist, and you haven't gotten to it yet, there's a great DLC out for it, and I think the studio should be praised and like also highlighted, and so I think I wanted to bring to the forefront Sea of Stars, because that was such an amazing kind of modern take on the classic turn-based RPG, and it was a beautiful game with great music, and I got so sucked in and obsessed with Sea of Stars, so I wanted to kind of bring it back up to the forefront. So that was my pick.
And to make it extra Canadian, they released their update, which was I think it was a milestone in their Kickstarter.
Mm-hmm.
You can play the game in Joual, like very, very vernacular Quebec French.
Really?
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah. So they released, when they released, they had like, like English, French, generic locales, but they added like Quebec French. Like I've seen it on TikTok when they started to like push out that update, and I'm just like, oh my God, some of these characters speak like my uncles. This is so great.
Oh gosh,
Wicked.
Yeah, even more reason to be
and it's
Canadian.
By the way, there's no voice acting. It's all written out accents. And
oh my gosh,
did
that's
an amazing job. So if you speak French and you haven't played Sea of Stars, I highly recommend to try to play it with the Quebec French active. It'll as Canadian as a nice warm poutine with the melty curds.
All right, we're back up at the top of the list. So for the last round, our personal pick. Joelle, What's yours?
My personal pick, man.
You can do it.
I know. It's tough.
I
There's
know,
so
it's
many.
It's so hard.
Sophie's
It's so
choice out
hard.
here.
I know. Like, it's just like you can, close your eyes and throw a dart, and you're gonna get a great game. I think my personal pick will be. I think I'm gonna go Dragon Age Origins. I just think I gotta. Do
No, you
that.
gotta pick another one.
A new one?
Yeah,
Oh
new
no! Well,
game.
then you're gonna
You
have
already
to, you're
have
gonna
it
have
in your list.
Oh no! You're gonna have to come back. You're gonna have to come back to me.
Okay.
You have to come back.
All right
Skip.
then.
Skip.
Okay.
Skip. Come back.
Then we're going over to Kat. Kat, what's your personal pick?
Oh, Dragon Age Inquisition.
There you go.
I had to be a Dragon Age game. I love like these high fantasy games too much, and Dragon Age being like ubiquitous and me doing my playthrough. Inquisition is still my favorite entry in the series. If I would from top to bottom for me, it's Inquisition, Veilguard, then Origins, then 2. Dragon Age 2 is weird.
It is weird.
But yeah, definitely for me. It had to be one of those like dragon sword fighty magic games.
Only right. Right.
Only right.
Joelle, are you ready? Can I come back to you now for your personal
Yeah.
pick?
You can come back to me because it was something that was on my list, but I didn't pick it. But we have already talked about it. Apparently, this is a part BioWare podcast, but I think my personal pick will be Mass Effect 2 because I remember getting the bundle where you get like all 3 games. And I was really late to the game on Mass Effect, but I remember playing Mass Effect 2, and I made a lot of wrong decisions at the end. And if you know, you know. And I was like, oh no. And so there's just like lots of panic. But that game is incredible. Like it still holds up. It's still fantastic. And so I think like that whole, I'm in the middle of 3 and I haven't picked it back up yet, but I just think it has to be Mass Effect and Mass Effect 2.
Good choice. And rounding it out, my personal pick is Cadence of Hyrule.
Oh, that's a great
nice.
one.
Yeah, this was designed, created, developed by Brace Yourself Games. The interesting one about this is their they got the chance to get a handle on the Legend of Zelda series, which is really cool after proving what a cool mechanic they can create in this beat style rhythm game in Crypt of the Necrodancer. And I loved Crypt of the Necrodancer. I followed that when it was in development, played it when it came out in full release, and I was so impressed when they all of a sudden in a Nintendo Direct said that the group that made that game was going to do a game, but like mashing up that system along with Zelda and created Cadence of Hyrule. It is actually the first time you get to play as Zelda before Echoes of Wisdom. So it's like it's funny in that sense because I know we talked about this too when we were reviewing Echoes of Wisdom, that it was kind of your first time outside of like a true like Nintendo developed Zelda game, because of course we've had the Hyrule Warriors where you can kind of play them there, but Crypt of the Necrodancer was another one as well where you can play as either Zelda or Link. But what's cool about this game, if you're not familiar, is it is a beat rhythm game with battling, so you have to move your character on cells on the beat based on the music that's coming through. You can also put in visual cues as well, but the enemies do move the same beat methodology as well, and you have to start to learn their patterns as you go. And in Crypt of the Necrodancer, it is more of a roguelike game because you go in and you kind of play the level over and over and it rebuilds itself and so on and so forth. And as you go through, you pick up power-ups and stuff like that as a roguelike would. But Cadence of Hyrule was a little bit different. It had more of the Zelda adventuring mechanic rather than the rogue side of it. And it did a really good job. If you have the opportunity, go play that game. If you're a fan of beat games and you're a fan of Zelda, I think you should go give it a spin. All right, ladies. Well, we have completed our draft. And with that, I would like each of us to read out the games that we have selected. Catherine, would you like to kick us off?
Yes. So my AAA heavy hitter is Deus Ex Mankind Divided by Eidos in Montreal. My indie darling is a brand new entry that I think will be unmistakable and unmissable. It's Paralives by I forget the name of it, by Paralives Studio here in Montreal as well. Canadian classic, EA Sports NHL, like we said, out of Burnaby, EA Canada, BC icon. My hidden gem, another Montreal one, Ultimate Chicken Horse. And then my personal pick, right out of good old Alberta for BioWare, it's Dragon Age Inquisition, with all the other Dragon Age game trailing behind.
Awesome. Joelle, how about you?
My heavy hitter is going to be AC Shadows. My indie darling, South of Midnight. My Canadian classic was Dragon Age Origins. My hidden gem was Sea of Stars. And then my personal pick, which came hot off the presses, is going to be Mass Effect 2.
Wicked. My AAA heavy hitter is Far Cry 3 from Ubisoft. Indie darling is Bilateral by Local Thunk. Canadian classic is Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic by BioWare. Hidden gem is Severed by Drinkbox Studios. And my personal pick is Cadence of Hyrule by Brace Yourself Games. Ladies, there are so many games we could have picked, but I think we have a pretty good lineup right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And if you're listening to this episode and you're like, you didn't mention this game, like there's so many games made here. So please feel free to do your own draft.
And we want to hear about them. Send it to us.
Yeah, we want to. What's your draft? Put it in our Discord. Add us on our social medias. Let us know what your Canadian draft is.
Yeah, that'd be wicked. All right. And with that, we'll close out this show for this week. As always, check out the show notes on girlsongames.ca for links to all the stories mentioned in this episode. We don't have any stories this episode because we went a little bit of a different pattern. But, previous episodes always have tons of content in there, so go check that out. If you have the power to rate and review this podcast where you're consuming it, that would be much appreciated. Why? It helps with discovery, pushes us up in the rankings, and any comments you leave help us build our show. I would like to thank the ladies for being on the podcast with me this week. As always, I want them to shout out their social media handle so you can follow them anywhere and everywhere online. Catherine, where can people find you?
I am CSDA. Bleh.
Don't know your own name. That's
I
good.
know. Yeah, that was great. I am CSDSBINS on Instagram and Blue Sky. If you head to my Blue Sky, you'll see a photo of a perfectly aesthetically pleasing case of strawberries I saw at a farmer's market today.
Oh, okay.
Like it looked straight out of a video game, like a shader. I said that shit to my colleagues. They were like, "Oh my God,
we'll use this in future devs."
Somebody assembled that case with a lot of love. I don't know who, but shout out, Strawberry Picker.
Joelle, how about you?
People can find me on Instagram at JoelleLauren87 or on Blue Sky at JoelleLauren, but always hanging out in the Girls on Games Discord. And lately been posting a lot of puppy photos of Ripley, so you can go check those out if you want to see an adorable meat missile, as my neighbor calls her.
Because she goes so fast?
She goes so fast, and she's ginormous. She's over 65 pounds now. So
holy crap, and she's not full size yet.
No, she is not full size yet.
Creeping up on Gibson.
That's,
And I am Leah Jewer on most social media platforms, but of course you want to know everything there is to know about Girls on Games. You can track us down at The Girls on Games on X and Facebook. Just Girls on Games, no the in there on Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, and TikTok. Discord.me/Girls on Games to continue this lovely conversation and more. But of course, if you ever need to know anything at all, you can track it down at our home base. That's our website, girlsongames.ca. Thank you, Kat. Thank you, Joelle. It's been another lovely week in video games, and I'm off to complete the last few things in Solarpunk, and then I'm going to pick up that Dave the Diver DLC, because it obviously reviewed super well, because Joelle's taking it away with the Fantasy Critic League, so, it's time. It is time. Until next week, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.